up, everybody? How y'all doing? Shout out to everybody watching another story time. Thank y'all, man, for clicking on the video. What's up? I'm finna give y'all a good story time right here. This is the time when me and my friend, yes, the same person that burned the house down, my friend Jonathan, had robbed the car. Well, he robbed the car, but I was right there with him. We used to skip school a lot. This is gonna be a little story time. We used to skip school a lot, and you know what I mean, go get high. Try to cause we used to go to like kind of like abandoned apartments. Mostly everybody like would leave the doors open in the apartments that were like not like people were living in there. So like the workers would leave the door open a little bit, and there would never be nothing in the apartment. So, but most of the times you'll find like people skipping school, and they'll be going into those apartments like leaving weed in there, or like they'll like trash it up and all that type of stuff. So one day, me and my friend, we used to skip and stuff, and we went skipping over there to his apartments, and we were like sitting like because when you go to the apartments they got stairs and then they got the doors right there. We were sitting on the stairs, and we were just talking, you know what I mean, just talking and chilling about like what happened at school, because they were having like this a rally at school where like the basketball teams, they were going against each other, and you know what I mean, like they had a game at the school. So because like all the girls, they were dressed up, and like all the boys were dressed up. I think that yeah, it was a basketball game, and they were having like a party at school, so we were talking about it because like most of the girls, they were looking good, bro, because this was back like in ninth grade in high school. And we seen people walking by and stuff, and they seen us, and other people were skipping school, and you know what I mean, just chilling and all that type of stuff. Then it kind of like everybody kind of left, and it was just like me and him there. And so he was like, "Yo, bro, like let's go inside the one of the apartments." I was like, "All right, let's go." So we walked up the apartment that we were by the door, and he opened it. It was open, and it was nothing in that apartment because we usually go in that apartment. But the door next to us, it was like kind of like we never went there because we never thought about it. I don't know why, but we never thought about it. We just usually go in the same one we always went to. But then he was like, "Yo, bro, let's check this right here, cause like right there in front of the apartments, that's where all the cars were parked at." So when he opened it, it opened, and I was standing behind him. He opened the door, and you can see that it had a TV in there, it had couches in there, it had the kitchen, and like it was someone living in there, but they weren't home. I guess they must have forgot to lock the door. So when he opened the door, he goes, "Yo, bro, let's take the keys and let's see if we can find some money, or let's see if we can find something we could take." So I was scared. I was like, "Nah, bro." I was like, I just walked in there. You know what I mean? I walked in there like a dumbass. And this nigga, he seen the keys on top of the counter because it had like a little counter right there in front of the couch. He grabbed the keys. He took the keys, and we went downstairs, and he pressed the alarm. You know what I mean, to see what kind of car it was. And it was like a red little car. So he hopped in because he knew how to drive. Because I didn't know how to drive back in the day. So I hopped in passenger seat, and and I couldn't believe it, bro. I was like, "Bro, we really finna take this car and steal it?" He goes, "Yeah, bro." He goes, "Let's get out of here," because it was almost time to go home. It was like 2 o'clock because I was in high school, and it was like, yeah, 2 o'clock. It was almost 2 o'clock. It was like 1:30 or something. And he didn't want to go back to school. Me either. I wanted to go home already. So we got in the car, and he drove off. We took off in the neighborhood. Like we were just going and going, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Chilling, rolling sweets, getting high and shit. And we was like 16 years old. We was having like a fucking like a blast. It was all fun, and we made it to this neighborhood, and he had parked, And I said, yo, let me get up in the car real quick and let me drive it. So I got in the front seat. I tried to drive it. I almost crashed into a car that was in front of us. I almost crashed. Like we was parked on the sidewalk and I almost crashed. I went up the sidewalk and then like I kind of backed into a car a little bit. And then he said, yo, chill. I fucking stopped the car and he said, yo, let me drive. And I said, all right. And like I was, he was kind of like panicking and me too. Cause we were kind of nervous. Cause like, what happened if they reported the car stolen? You know what I mean? We don't know about that. So I told him, yo, drop me off at my house. And like we were driving, he said, all right, we were driving to my house and I asked him, I said, yo, what you finna do with the car? And he said, I'm finna get rid of it by tonight. He said, but I'm gonna get rid of it by tonight. And I said, all right. And the next day the next day I had seen him and I was like, yo, what you do with that car? And he told me that he went to this like a parking place where nobody was at, and he said that he put the car there like late at night. He left it there. He had took some gloves with him. He was driving with gloves and he cleaned the car down. He cleaned it down. He wiped the steering wheel and he cleaned like the doorknob and everything. And he said he had got rid of it right there when nobody never found it. You know what I mean? And we went back to the apartment like a couple days later, waited till everything died down. A couple days later, and the car was never there. They never found it. So yeah, man, that was a story time right there, man. About the time we had stole the car or while we were skipping school, getting high, and how we just sneaked into somebody's house and took their keys. Like it was so easy, bro. Like it was crazy. If y'all enjoyed this story time, man, drop a like. Go check out some of my other story times, and shout out to y'all for watching, y'all. Peace.